talking subliminal. I can't even see me.
Sunny Digital.
What's up, y'all? It's boy Lord Kel here, back with another video for the reaction to the win of the Green Bay Packers. Great game, man. So let's break it down quarter by quarter here, man, because it was last night and I'm just still getting over the whole nostalgia and the beer, right? So first quarter, okay, we start off really slow with Carson Wentz overthrowing I think two passes. One of them should have been called a pass interference, a defensive play, but I just give it to the refs, giving that advantage to the home team, which is common, I guess, right? So, and then Green Bay just basically marches downfield after that horrific injury to hold on. Okay, yep. I'm just having these tamales delivered for this party I'm going to tonight, man. Like a little shindig, man. Working hard all week. You gotta take care of yourself and enjoy life for what it is. But yeah, after that injury to Jamal Williams, I guess the Packers felt a little heated and wanted to get back at us, whatever. So they marched downfield on our piss poor secondary, and they throw a touchdown. And it's kind of strange because we got burnt by just one receiver, one lone receiver. He was the only one that made plays, Davante Adams. I'm sure a lot of y'all know about him if you watch football. He's in my eyes, he's a top 10, top 15 receiver. He's been around for a while, just with the same team. So definitely gotta give him props for that. We didn't have an answer for him all night. Mainly in the first half. Then he catch 8 balls for 158 yards. He had a career day against our piss poor secondary that just kept getting injured as the game went on. First, it was Sidney Jones' hamstring, which to most Eagles fans is nothing new, but still pretty sad either way. And also to Jamal Williams, any Packers fans out there, hope to see your recovery, man. Definitely not wishing any harm to any NFL players, if it's the opposition. But yeah, man, Sidney Jones going out, and we were just getting toasted all game. And then I remember the one touchdown where he scored in 39 seconds going into the second half, man. It was just it was completely ridiculous, man. It was bad play calling on Jim Schwartz's side, man. I don't know why somebody wasn't on that number 81. I think his name was Geronimo Allison or whatever. It was just one player. I think it was either Mercedes Lewis or Geronimo Allison, one of them. But it was the same player. I think he caught a long ball on us, and then he caught the touchdown pass. And if you notice, Malcolm Jenkins was standing right, I think 5 yards outside the end zone, right in front of Geronimo Allison. So in my mind, I'm thinking, bro, why aren't you backing up into the end zone to get this pass? Now, mind you, I'm pretty sure he was afraid of Aaron Rodgers rolling out like he was doing all night. We could not get a tackle on this guy to save our lives, and our secondary couldn't hold a bucket of water. So I guess you have to do what you have to do, but it was still inexcusable for Aaron Rodgers to march down the field like this on that particular drive, man. That drive should have just been a quick out. We should have kneeled and went to the half. We should have stayed up 21-13. But, things happen. Aaron Rodgers is still that dude, whether a lot of us want to believe it or not. No matter what a lot of sports experts say, Aaron Rodgers is still a Hall of Fame talent. So, and then we move into the second half. Mind you, Davante Adams just killed us the first half. Secondary play piss poor. We didn't have an answer for him, along with the other things, but we did good against the run. That's the only thing I can really say. And then we had our first strip sack, in reverse. I think Derek Barnett got the fumble, and then Brandon Graham scooped it up, which was pretty good, kind of reminiscent of the Super Bowl like a lot of things. And then we go into the second half, man. It was just like heart wrenchingly, man. I was with other Eagles fans at this bar, man. We were just sitting there like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Like, what is up with this play calling for the secondary, man? God damn, man. Like, and then like the defense actually started to collapse the pocket. But the thing about it is, man, like we couldn't finish, man. Like Aaron Rodgers was just rolling out the pocket, man, getting these first downs. I think he was like the leading rusher on his team for that night, going 5 for 46 and throwing for 411 yards. So essentially, we gave up almost 500 yards of offense. Like, and I think 95% of that through the air, because our defense, again, just couldn't hold a bucket of water, man. Like, whether we play man or whether we play zone, it just didn't matter, man. We were just getting beat like an African drum. It was ridiculous, man. And we were all just sitting there, me and a bunch of Eagles fans, all of us were just sitting there. We were like, bro, we need to call Jalen Ramsey's agent immediately after this game. Give him 2 first rounds in a comp pick, whatever he wants. We need Jalen Ramsey to come bring some fight to this secondary, because god damn, man, we just couldn't hold shit like the whole night. But and like the only reason and like the only thing that was keeping us in this game was Carson Wentz just like going through his progression, giving the ball to Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders, who had an impressive night. I know what, and I was watching Lord Brunson like last night, man, and he said something like very familiar. He was like, he was going to give Miles Dancers his name back, so I guess we can officially call him Miles Sanders again. So yeah, second half, man, we were it was basically going back and forth, like our offense versus their offense. And defensively, we just couldn't get like anything done. Up until like I believe around the fourth quarter. Like the game really like could have been put away really if Nigel Bradham would have caught that pick, man, because he was going to the house. Like Nigel Bradham could have had 2 picks that game, but that's why he's a linebacker, not a receiver. So, just like what we should have been doing on offense past 2 games. Mixing a run and pass. Carson Wentz not turning the ball over. We're giving Jordan Howard like efficient amount of carries. Miles Sanders is doing what we drafted him for. So all in all, a good game, man. But going into the game next week, I think on the 6th, because I think we have this whole week off. All of next week off. We really need to evaluate our secondary. Like, we really need to make necessary adjustments so we don't embarrass ourselves like this again. Because, goddamn, I'll lose my shit if we give up 300, 400 yards to fucking Sam Darnold, Mr. High School Mono. Like, no. Like, we got to make the necessary adjustments. I hope we make the calls to Jalen Ramsey immediately. But overall, we can take some good things from this game. Carson Wentz proved he was elite, playing against a Hall of Fame quarterback and Aaron Rodgers, keeping us in the game. Jordan Howard, Doug finally doing what he was supposed to do. I think Howie got his ear after that loss to Troy, asking him, so why the fuck did we get Jordan Howard if we're not going to use him? And then Miles Sanders had to come back after that piss poor performance he gave last week, fumbling the ball twice. And then Alshon Jeffrey, 2 drops, but I'll attribute that to not being 100%. Zach Ertz doing his thing, even though he's banged up a little bit. Mac Hollins with that 1 catch he did out of 2 targets. We didn't really target Nelson that much, man. Now, I don't think it was really intentional. I just think that we were maybe trying to save him for later on in the game when we tire out the Green Bay secondary, and we were just going to just, let him do his thing, spin his way into the end zone. But, we really didn't target him all game. And maybe that could have been because he wanted to give, Alshon, some catches. So he was like, you know what, I'll give up some of my play reps to let Alshon shine tonight. Maybe that could have been it. I don't know. Or maybe Carson was just feeling a bit not confident in Nelson Aguilar. Like, who knows, right? All I know is Carson spreading the ball around, had a few drops there that kind of, again hurt his stats. He was 16 for 27. It was 2 or 3 drops from Alshon, and then you had that like that one missed catch from like Mac Hollins. Stuff like small things we gotta clean up, but not as bad as the last couple weeks. But again, Eagles Nation, like, we're on the right track. Although we could have been 4-0 from like a couple plays, we did very well. We showed a lot tonight, and we just gotta bring that into the game next week. Just let me know, like any other thoughts like y'all would have in the comments. Like, let me know, like, what other things did y'all see on defense that we could improve on, that I may have missed out on. How efficient were we on offense, and what small things could we fix up to be better later on to the future, honestly. And I'm gonna get more into another video about something else that was on my mind during this game. But other than that, man, leave y'all's thoughts in the comments. But other than that, y'all have a nice rest of your day. Fly Eagles fly.